Welcome back to this new episode of the Luxury Society podcast of ESCP. Today I'm with Freddy.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Freddy?
I'm well. It's a bit early, but I'm doing good. Getting cold outside, but it was a real refresher.
Very, very cold, very refreshing for sure. It's very early right now, it's 8 a.m. As you can see, we're in a prison cell.
Very cozy environment.
Exactly. Right now we are at school because we also have classes today. It's going to be a very long day. We have like 6 hours straight. But yeah, like how are you doing today? What have you been up to yesterday? And yeah, tell me a little bit more about your plan today.
Yeah, I'm good. Been busy this week. I've been, coming to Turin. I really was motivated to try everything. So I've just been saying yes to everything. And
Okay.
but no, yesterday we went to the theater actually, just like next door to school, and it was really, really cool. A lot of young people. It was like an opera. It was like a German one, so it was a bit difficult to follow since it was in German and only subtitles in Italian, and I don't speak either language, but great experience. Yeah.
Still, was it free, like as a student?
No, but there was like a student discount.
Okay, cool.
I think it was maybe like a pre-premiere kind of thing that they did, and then invited,
Cool.
but
okay,
a lot of young people.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't really been around the city that much. I don't know why. I've been here for like two months now, yeah. And I'm just staying home and going to school, and I think I should go out.
I try to force myself to walk everywhere because at least that way you see the city.
Right.
But I haven't been doing so many like cultural things. Let's say. I've been seeing the city, but I should really maybe see some museums as well.
I see the fit today. I really like it.
Thank you.
I was wondering, what was your inspiration behind, like, what was the ideas behind the fit today?
I think my style in general is like pretty comfy. Okay. I like to be comfortable unless there's like something special I'm doing, because I just work better that way. So, but I try to like always maybe mix like something casual on the bottom and then maybe something a bit more,
a little more like
on the top, or like the
like
opposite.
A statement piece.
I don't know if it's a statement piece, but yeah, it's Jacquemus. I really like.
Yeah. I really like it. I've never been to a Jacquemus store. I've never interestingly enough, I have never like actually touched a Jacquemus piece.
I like them because it's like, I feel like it's quite simple clothes that he makes, but it just with a little twist always.
Yeah. Okay.
Always
cool.
very flattering on the body.
Always, yeah. Okay, interesting. Cool. Well, today I wanted to first of all thank you for accepting my invite to this
very
podcast.
Happy to be here.
Very excited to talk with you today. First of all, I wanted to start this this episode by like asking you more about yourself. Like, where do you come from? What do you study right now? Where do you want to go later? Like, what do you want to do as a job or whatever later? Because also this platform is kind of a way for like ESCP students to connect with the luxury fashion industry. And so like, can you like start a little bit like
of course. So I'm actually Danish. Both my parents' whole family is Danish, but I moved around quite a lot when I was younger. So we first moved to London when I was like 5, and was there for like 6 years. So I've never been to Danish school or anything. So
okay.
And then we moved to France 11 years ago, and I was lived there until just 2 months ago when I moved here. In Normandy, so that's in the countryside. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Paris, where my parents still live, and we have horses and everything.
Amazing.
And then I decided I wanted to take my bachelor's degree after high school, in Paris. And so I studied fashion business there at the school's called Istituto Marangoni. So it's actually an Italian school, but they have campuses like around. So I did that for 3 years. Then I took a 2-year break where I was working at different brands. And then now I'm here at ECP, where we're both taking the double degree. So basically, first year at ESCP, Master in Management, and then next year we're going to Paris for the IFM.
Exactly,
Luxury Master.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that too.
So we're doing, right now we're doing a double master's degree between ESCP and the IFM, as you said, the Institut Français de la Mode in Paris. So this year is more like a very like hardcore, I would say, management. And then next year it's going to be more like what we really intend to do later, like very much fashion and luxury focused. But yeah, okay. So I see you haven't really like lived that long in Denmark, actually.
No, basically not actually.
Okay.
Just until 5 years old. But my whole family is there, so we go back a lot.
Yeah, of course,
But that's always like, it's always a bit like difficult navigating when you're growing up, because like I of course feel very Danish because my whole family is Danish. But then when you grow up like in France for such a long time, like you feel French, but at the same time, you know, you're not French, and then in Denmark you're not really Danish. But
yeah, because the few people I know who've been moving a lot while growing up, they always say to me that they wouldn't really like. I always find it cool, like it's so international and everything, but their experience is like I couldn't make friends sometimes, you know.
That's what I struggle with as well. Like it's difficult being a kid and doing it, I think. But of course today I'm super grateful. Like I can speak 3 languages fluently, and I like an international profile. So that's great. You can really tell, even in like the professional world, it's immediately like, oh, that's a plus.
Do you have French citizenship?
Not yet, but I think I'll get it.
One day.
Yes.
And I was wondering, like, what was the trigger for your family to move to France?
So we moved to London originally because of my dad's work, because he was building a company and everything. And then after 6 years, he sold his company, and then my parents were like, what to do? And then we actually went 6 months to Bali, just like a little in between, which was also fun. And then I think my mom thought, okay, you know, I've been home with the kids for all these years. It's my turn. And she's a lawyer originally, but she's always been into horses in the horse world. And she really wanted to start breeding horses, dressage horses. And so Normandy is known basically for being really great to have horses. And she's always loved France. So she was like, let's go.
Let's go to France.
So that was actually how it came to be.
Cool. And so, from my understanding, your family bought an estate in Normandy, a castle actually, Chateau de Fontaine.
Chateau de Fontaine.
And then they launched their business there, right? The horse breeding business. I think the term was an haras de dressage, right?
Exactly, yes, you did your research.
How did this like experience influence you growing up? I assume you're really into horses, I guess.
Yes.
You've been doing horses, riding horse, I guess, in your life. How was it like? How did it influence you?
I think your path? My mom has always had horses, so I've always been around horses. I didn't start riding actually till late in the horse world, let's say, around 10 years old. And when we moved to London, I mean, I did it like in a pony club, but not so much, like once a week. And it was really when we moved to France and we had the horses and the breeding and everything that I really got into riding. And I think, for a long time, I felt like, because there can be quite a big pressure in the equestrian world when you grew up in it. Like, with horses, if you have to commit, you have to like commit 200%, because it's a living animal. You have to be there all the time. And so I think I had a period in my life, like when I was gonna start studying, where I was like kind of pulling a little bit back from the horse world, and like I wanted to try other things. But like my mom always says, like once you get into horses, it stays with you.
Okay. Wow.
And like I started to miss it, of course, when I was studying in Paris. And so basically I took 2 years off. So the first year I was working in a luxury brand, and the second year I decided actually to work with my mom at the stables, also you know, with the social media and like sales strategy. And I think I just always loved it's a very calming effect working with horses, because you have to be calm in order for the horse to be calm.
Yeah.
And from someone who, you know, I suffered quite a bit from anxiety and stress, and I think it was just a really probably a lot of people have but yeah, it was just a very calming way for me to navigate everything. And
okay. And I was also wondering, like, did this experience with horse influenced you in any way regarding your like fashion journey, your luxury journey?
100%. Yeah.
100%. Okay. In which way, like, did it affect you in that regard?
I think, you know, you also know, knowing fashion, that the equestrian world and the fashion world are like really linked. And there's been a lot of inspiration from the equestrian world. And I mean, Hermes started as a saddle maker, and other brands as well. And I think I always looked for this link. And I think what inspires me from the equestrian world is this, like, you know, it comes from a technical place. And like real great quality materials, because you need that, because the horse is really powerful and you need it to be really sturdy, but also really elegant. And you know, I come from the dressage world, so for any of you who don't know, it's one of the disciplines, and it's so not jumping, but it's basically, you know, we like to call it a dance kind of, where you go around the arena and you have different movements to make, and it's it's very elegant and very like put together. And we have this very elegant outfit with a black tailcoat, like a long coat, and like white pants, and you know, everything around it is just very put together and in the details. And I think I always took that with me when I was also studying fashion, and in the different projects I had to do. You know, that's where my style comes from, I think. You know, this I like things to be technical. Like I said, I like to be comfortable. I like to be able to do things, but also, you know, that it looks elegant and amazing. And I think I also like the fact that, you know, a lot of the equestrian equipment, it's meant to last literally like a whole lifetime. Like you have basically your equipment fitted to your horse. So it's like a bespoke whatever, like tailoring in the fashion world.
For the horse.
So you have that, you know, it's meant to fit the horse perfectly, so the movements are free, and it allows, you know, if they have any problems, then you can kind of fix it with that. And you take, you know, equestrians, you know, take so good care of the equipment. It's like we wash it down every day, and you clean it and you polish it, and so it lasts a long time. And I think I always took that with me, and like, okay, because my dream is really to make my own brand. And I think that, you know, creating products that are meant to last a long time, and then you know, you can take care of them, and then, you know, they will take care of you.
Clothes are meant to be worn for a very long time, cared for, you know, because it's a testament of very good quality, especially luxury. And
I think that's also kind of what drew me to luxury, like not just fashion, but also the luxury business, because it is like, you know, there's something deeper in it.
It's all about quality, craftsmanship.
That's also why I really love Hermes. Like, you can like the style or not, but you can't deny that the quality is really amazing.
Insane. And I see the Hermes, not the Hermes. I don't know why I came in. I thought it was Hermes, but no, it's Celine.
Never mind.
Anyway. But Celine also very good, very nice brand. I really like it. Is Hermes your favorite luxury house, maybe perhaps, or not necessarily?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I obviously like with the equestrian background it has.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it a lot, and I like the things they do. Not less because I would buy it, but just because of the whole heritage and then the image.
Mhm.
But I love Bottega Veneta as well.
Oh,
Because also craftsmanship is just phenomenal. And
phenomenal.
I walked past I was in Milan the other day. I walked past the window.
The store.
There was this coat like full in Chateau.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh my god. Have you seen the first Louis Trotter? Yeah. It was beautiful.
Gorgeous. I loved it.
Wow.
I absolutely loved it.
And we're going to come back to this because I also wanted to like talk about women, in the creative sphere. But yeah, so yeah, as you said, like the equestrian world and the luxury industry, fashion industry, it really starts from like brands like Hermes, creating leather works, like saddles, like harnesses, right, stuff like that. And I always find it interesting how luxury would reference the equestrian world a lot. The first time I realized that was when I learned about the saddlebag, the Dior saddlebag. I think it was created by John Galliano in the 90s, and it has this like shape like a saddle.
Shape, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I saw like on your website, the Chateau de Fontaine website, you guys sell horses.
Yes.
And also I think I also noticed that you were planning to launch a Maison Wandt, right?
What we're trying to, because I'm building this brand with my mom, and it's been in the works for a long time, because she's had it in her mind for like 20 years, and I've been a part of it from the beginning, and we're slowly getting there.
Interesting.
But I think what we really wanted to do with this brand was like, think about, okay, for us, what is luxury? Because we want to build a luxury brand, a luxury lifestyle brand, of course, inspired by the horses, but also inspired just by, Normandy and life around on our estate, Chateau Fontaine, because that's what really inspired us these past years. And I think we found that, for us, luxury is like these moments that we have at the chateau, we call it. It's not going to a fancy dinner in Paris, which can also be amazing, but it's taking your horse and going for a ride in the forest, or like baking bread, with the family. And I think it's these small moments that we really cherish, and we wanted to transform into this lifestyle brand. And I think, again, making products that we use. And so we only plan to make products that we either use in the stable or we have in the home, or and it's going to start out by being mostly equestrian equipment. So of course what we need in the stables for the horses, but with the twist, because also, I mean, my mom has always been very much into fashion. I think that's also why I got into fashion. And I think we really wanted to merge the two worlds even more than Hermes, because Hermes, of course, is one of the biggest luxury brands, and they also have the equestrian part, but it's somehow for not real equestrians, but it can get a little bit lost sometimes, and maybe a little bit surface level. So we really wanted to go, really take it back to the horses and in itself. And in in contrast to that, the equestrian and especially dressage world, it can be also very uptight, and it's like all the same. Like what's on the market right now in the equestrian world, it's all the same basically. And actually, unfortunately, going a little bit away from like craftsmanship, it's going more like fast fashion in the fashion world. So it's, the quality has gone so much down, but prices are still insane. And of course, people with horses often have money to spend because it's an expensive sport. But they're buying this equipment that's literally plastic for that's €1,000, which is kind of crazy. So I think the thought behind it was just
Go back to
slow
the
it down,
roots.
go back to the roots, create beautiful pieces that,
Yeah.
you can really cherish, because a lot of equestrians are also into fashion. It goes hand in hand.
Okay, yeah.
That's just how it is. So of course, our horse clients are also often, clients of the biggest luxury houses.
Okay, okay.
And I think so. The idea was really to link it. So when we have horse clients coming, why wouldn't you want a beautiful equipment for your horse?
Like,
it's like buying a handbag, So,
yeah.
That's
Okay.
really the thought behind it.
Companies nowadays, fashion luxury companies, are cutting costs.
Yeah.
And there's a global trend of just prices going up but quality going down. So I think it's a good idea to really go back to like hardcore craftsmanship. Yeah.
And I think it's also, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's great.
I think it was just funny for me as well, like being in the fashion world and like during my studies, and just I follow, of course, a lot of the fashion, what's happening.
Of course, yeah.
And like seeing how much the equestrian world inspires fashion brands, but like they have no idea what they're doing. I just have this image, like you were talking about the Dior saddlebag.
Yeah.
And I worked a couple of times for the Dior showroom in Paris when I was studying.
Cool. Okay.
And one of the collections was heavily equestrian inspired, like full on equestrian fits.
Okay, yeah.
And I just remember in the showroom, like you have these saddlebags, it's an equestrian collection, and then they had like in one of the rooms, basically a big trunk, which was beautiful, but inspired by basically when you go to competitions, you need to store your equipment somewhere, so you use these big trunks to have everything. And they made a beautiful one in leather, and it was open, and so you had the saddle, and then you had a bridle is what you put on the head when you ride, and they hung it upside down. And like with the bit, like, and I just thought, and also like Ralph Lauren, for example, they posted a campaign on their Instagram, and the equestrian community like went crazy because they had taken the ugliest pony you could like have, the braid, because also when you go to competitions you braid the hair of the horses, and so it looks nice, and it was like horribly done. And the worst part was, so the saddle pad, which is what you put underneath the saddle to protect the horse, they had like put it the wrong way, so it was like turned around, and it's like, you're posting this like Ralph Lauren, how many millions of followers do you have? Seriously. And so I think that's also an inspiration for like my own brand, like okay, if you want to use horses because they're so beautiful, and at least do it right,
They don't have a clue what they're doing, actually. Okay.
And I think that's a conversation we've had quite a lot with my mom as well, like, because of course horses are also used a lot in fashion campaigns. And it can be beautiful, but I think we always felt like they were used as a prop, it's like an accessory for the model. Okay. And I think we always wanted to like, the horse is so beautiful. I mean, if you see the horses in our stable, they're like professional athletes, because they're really trained every day, and they're just stunning, and with the muscles and the colors, and it's like, I think we wanted to really put focus on the horse as like the main character instead of just an accessory.
Okay, I saw one of your horses won a gold medal at the Olympics 2024.
Wendy de Fontaine.
Congrats to her.
Thank you. Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, I don't know if you were at the Olympics in Paris, but
I wasn't at the time.
We were. So the equestrian part was in Versailles. And it was, they had made the arena like, so in front of in the back of the castle, so we had like the view of the Le Grand Canal, and then Versailles.
Wow.
And it was incredible. The atmosphere was incredible.
Magical.
So that was really magical.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's the biggest dream you can have.
For sure.
So that was something.
You mentioned something very interesting, like campaigns involving horses. And it just reminded me of I don't know if you saw, I mean, surely like probably Kendall Jenner and Gigi Hadid. They recently had a cover for Vogue, which was criticized for a lot of reasons. But also I think even for the Vogue World event, I think at some point they came in riding horses,
Yeah, I think
both
that
of
was
them,
last year in Paris.
last year in
Yeah,
Paris.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of like this whole Vogue issue? Like,
I think, somehow these models, also Bella Hadid, known for the equestrian. It's been great for the sport actually,
mm-hmm.
because it's gotten more attention and a lot, more people are joining it.
Okay.
But I also think, if I remember correctly, I think the Vogue cover got like a lot of backlash because like with everything that's going on
Oh
in the
yeah,
world, and
yeah.
they were
It
just
was.
frolicking around and having a great time, which can
Yeah,
be fine as well. I also think that's why fashion and art in general is important, because
yeah.
in times of like,
This
when the world around is,
this
going to
crisis.
shit. Yeah,
In other words.
you need some kind of just, how do you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I agree. Yeah, I think it needs
a way
to.
to not think about that.
Yeah.
Also.
Also.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
But yeah.
There's such a use of this world in
Yeah.
in fashion campaigns and everything, as you said. And I also remember last year or at the beginning of the year, I think, I don't know, but recently, and even like till today, there's a this trend of cowboy, like dress
Cowboy. Yeah.
cowboy a little bit,
Yeah.
like the boots,
Yeah.
the hats also sometimes. I remember Beyonce
Yes.
going into this whole aesthetic for her last album.
I think it's the same. I think there's a whole actually like equestrian wave, kind of, in general. It's a trend. Also, like the more classical equestrian style.
Okay.
I've seen that quite a lot, and I think it was probably the same for like the Western riders, or who are actually living. It's like, it's not a problem for me for the trend to be there. Like, but it's more like people doing it without knowing what's behind it. I think that's the same with everything when you see a trend, and that's often criticized. That people wear it but they don't actually know what it means, or what's behind it.
You talked about Maison Wandt that's in the making right now.
Yes.
Coming soon. Tune in, guys. In which capacity are you like helping in this whole endeavor? Like, are you designing? Are you like, how are you like?
Yeah, so pretty much everything actually. Like with my mom, we're building everything together. Like, and I think that's also what we wanted to be, like the brand, because of course it is going to be called our last name, so Want, because it is a reflection of our lifestyle, and how our values. And I think we really like the dimension that it was also a mother-daughter brand, and also of course the rest of the family. But so I'm actually we've been doing everything together, all the designing and the whole branding and the strategy. I mean, we've been lucky enough to work with some really talented people as well, so
awesome. Am I pronouncing it right though? Want or want? Because I said want. I'm sorry.
No, but that's like in Danish it's Vent.
Want, okay.
But
okay.
I usually just say want in English.
Want, okay.
But Want is perfect.
Perfect. Sorry. Just wanted to make sure. Your mom seems like a very entrepreneurial person, very, very empowered woman.
Yeah.
And like, how does she inspire you, like in your day-to-day?
She is my biggest inspiration for sure. She is like such a powerful woman. I feel like she has 4 kids. I have 3 brothers, and she, while my dad was building his company, she was home with us. And I'm just really glad that now she's, now we're bigger, we're moved out and everything, that she's, taking, now it's her time to, because she's always, had the dream to have the horses and launch her brand, and it's just the biggest inspiration to see how she's handling all this, because also I don't think it's talked about very much, but she's a lawyer, so of course that's very hard education, but she quickly got pregnant, and then having 4 kids, that's a long time where you stay home, and when you, after having, being a staying at home mom and getting back into the professional world, it's not an easy transition, because everyone who's just been there has been moving forward, so you have to really hold on to be So wow. I think, of course, I've seen her struggle as well, and that's also parts of building a business. Of it's course, really hard, and you learn, and I've learned so much from just watching her and helping her with different things. And I think today I feel like that also helped me while I was studying, because I felt like I already had some experience somehow, even though I hadn't worked yet, but I could relate, things I was learning in school back to what I could see my mom doing, and and I think it's just powerful to see, because you would think maybe in the equestrian world that there was a lot of female figures that were at the head, but I feel like it may be a little bit similar to fashion, that a lot of girls do horse riding, a lot of girls are into fashion, but somehow at the top, like, I don't know why. A lot of men, and so I think it's just and it can be really difficult to navigate. I see it a lot with my mom, because it's always these really powerful characters, and so
and it's weird because those industries are like the main clients
female dominated. It's so strange, and I never understood it.
And like I can even like count on my hand like how many women creative directors we have in the industry. But recently there was a wave of like newly appointed creative directors in the industry in general. A lot of debuts, and very, very recently they announced that Grace Wells-Bunner was appointed at Hermes, not only a woman but a Black woman on top of that. So I wanted to like discuss that, because Hermes also is a huge brand. Like right now I think it's either Hermes or LVMH in terms of like market
right
cap.
Now I think it's Hermes even, actually.
Right now Hermes actually, and as a fan of Hermes, like where do you think first of all this direction is going to go? How is it going to be for Grace at the house?
I think a lot of people maybe see Hermes as quite maybe a little bit old-fashioned brand, but they have had a female creative director for a long time, even for the menswear, which is amazing. I mean, I think she was there for 37 years, I thought, before.
37 years?
For the men's wear collection, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
So they're kind of ahead of the times, you can say, in that way. And I think it's going to be super interesting to see what she does, because I'm hoping it will go a little bit in a more, youthful, more modern, a little bit of a twist, let's say.
A little bit of a twist,
Because I think Hermes can easily handle that,
Of course,
And I think the funny thing is that actually Hermes, in their whole branding and their campaign, they have quite a lot of humor. I don't know if you've seen, like, they use a lot of illustrations, and even with the horses, like it's always like it's a twist. But I think it kind of gets lost in their collections, and their ready to wear is very like, it's beautiful pieces, but it's very basic and like traditional. So let's see what happens. But I'm hoping that she'll breath of fresh air, because I think she's super cool.
She's super cool. She collaborated with Adidas at the time. I don't know if you guys remember the Samba. It was like silver Sambas and also the leopard print ones. It was so cool, and also she's a very talented designer, referencing a lot of her Jamaican heritage. And me as a Black person, of course, is very important for me as well, because it's something that is not very well represented in the industry as well. There's a lot of cultural appropriation or misuse of this whole thing. The same way the equestrian thing is, not really. It serves more like a prop.
I think that's a big issue in general in the fashion industry. Like, of course, it's okay to take inspiration, and that's a beauty in it, that we mix a bunch of different cultures and different, industries and everything, and like creativity in that sense. But there's this lack of like being informed, and like it's the least you could do is
at least learn about. But yeah, I'm very glad for these latest appointments. We talked about Grace Bonheur, but also Louise Chateau at Bottega Veneta. Super excited. She succeeded to Daniel Lee, who went to Burberry. And yeah, work seems amazing. Her first campaign also, I don't know if the whole hands thing in black and white, amazing as well. But I think it's also good that we have talented people taking the creative direction at houses more than just celebrities,
Yes, 100%.
Recently, like Jaden Smith was appointed by Louboutin at the helm of the house. Like,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's like,
wow.
This when I heard this, I was like, what?
And it's such a shame. I mean, coming from fashion school, I mean, I was fashion business, so of course it was less creative, but we were with the fashion design, fashion styling students. I mean, the amount of creativity that it was insane. These people had so much creativity. There were so many, talented people out there. I think that's also what I felt for a while in the big luxury houses. Also, like that instead of getting new talent, it was just switching out, and it's still a little bit like that. But at least now there are a few new ones, and I think it's so important because also for the fashion houses. I mean, of course, heritage is important, and it's important to have a brand image, but it's also so important to move with the times, and especially for these big houses because they're like the biggest inspiration usually in the fashion industry.
As you said, you studied fashion business at Istituto Marangoni. Why fashion business? And also, what did you learn there that really like shaped your internships, for example, stuff like that? Yeah.
So I think, weirdly enough, one of the few people maybe who always knew I wanted to go into fashion. First, I thought I would be a fashion designer. But quickly found out that was not my calling.
No.
But I always loved the strategy behind brands and the branding and everything. So when I saw fashion business, I was like, that's the one for me.
That's for me.
So then I researched schools, and Istituto Marangoni came up, and I really liked the courses and everything. So I went there, and it was a really good blend, I think, of mixing the creativities, because we also had some creative parts in our projects. There was a lot of projects that we had to do, so like building a new strategy for a brand or a new collection or something, like launching a virtual collection or something. So it's like a lot. We had to think the creativity, but also, of course, the business side. So like, how actually would that work? And it was also just cool being at a fashion school, I think, because we were mixed with the fashion design and fashion styling students, who of course are a lot more creative. And we had a few projects where we were like in groups where we were all mixed, and that was just really cool to see.
I can imagine.
Also because I think what the school wanted was to give a bit of an idea how it would be to later on if we were to work in a fashion house. Of course, different sectors are working together.
Of course,
and it was really cool to see how we could help each other on different levels and make projects that were really cool in the end. In the second year, we had they called it an industry project. So basically our final exam was a big project for a real brand that came and presented us like a project to do, where we had to basically, so the brand is called Swain. And it's a British luxury brand. It's actually one of the oldest ones in the world. It's from 1750, which is crazy. And they also started as saddle and whip makers, which was quite funny.
Again, going back to this,
But then they came to our school, and we had to do this project for them because they had been acquired by a French group.
Okay.
And they were trying to, relaunch the brand because it hadn't been really that active for a long time. And it was really like, old British gentleman vibe, and they wanted to, revive it as a real luxury brand. And so our project was we were in groups, and we had to, come up with a whole new strategy, like how would they relaunch this brand with a new collection, new campaign, and and so that's how I got to know the brand, and I just thought it was super interesting.
Yeah.
Because the brand in itself was super interesting. I didn't know it before, but it was just also coming from the equestrian world.
Of course, yeah.
And so my group was actually one of the winners of this. So we were invited to London to see the flagship store they had opened on New Bond Street, which was amazing. And then I asked if I could intern there when I finished my studies. I kept in contact, and so I did.
Networking.
Yes, remember this. Networking is key. That's how you get jobs. But no, so I went there for. It was just when I finished my studies, and I worked there for 8 or 9 months.
Wow,
that's a long time. I learned so much. I'm super grateful for that experience, because I was like in charge of the whole branding and campaigns, like organizing campaigns and the creative direction behind it even, and also with their marketing and stuff. So that was crazy. It was hard. It was hard work, also because it was my first professional experience. And I was very shy at the time. I wasn't very confident in myself. I was kind of just thrown off, at the deep end, and just had to make it work. I took a key takeaway for me, building my own brand. When you have this heritage in a brand and you want to relaunch it, they already had old customers, and it was maybe people on the older side who had been with the brand for many, many, many years. Of course, these are super important clients because they're your loyal clients. But how do you go from this and then shift to wanting more, a new audience, younger maybe clients, while keeping the old ones? That was really big challenge. Also in the way the designs were made. And I think the brand is still struggling a little bit with that today. Finding their voice and their image. And I think, not that I have a lot of experience to tell, but for people listening, I think if you're wanting to create your own brand, I think the most important thing is to have an image and have your vision and kind of stick to it. Of course, you can go many ways, but you have to have this fil rouge, as you say in French, this red line, that it's instantly recognizable. That's what you see with Hermes, with Bottega, from a mile away, you could, even if with no logo, you would know it was this brand.
You have to know who your market is,
for sure,
who your audience is, because otherwise you just get lost. When I was at Sciences Po, I got the chance to do an internship at Dior. And in my boutique, we had menswear and women's wear, And the thing is, the creative directions for both is very different. Menswear was Kim Jones. Women'swear was Maria Grazia Chiuri. And it was so different that you were just kind of wondering, how does that even make sense, It seems like they were selling to two different audiences.
And I think that's a big problem today. A luxury brand shouldn't chase their customers, They should build the foundation, and then the customers will come. And I think a lot of, also Lanvin, for example, is a good example, I think, because I love Lanvin, and my mom loves Lanvin, but they had this period where, I think it went a little bit downhill, and they changed also creative director, and they were bought by a Chinese group. And I think, they were also trying to figure out, okay, where are our clients? How do we find them? They were desperately trying to find their clients. And it also, kind of went the same way, where they have, Lanvin. If you think Lanvin before, it's these beautiful gowns, silk, and it's just so elegant and flowy. And then they went for the menswear, completely different, street, and it was this skater vibe and these huge sneakers. And then, like, if you went into the stores, like on one side you had the women's wear, beautiful dresses, like gowns, and then on the other side you had these, the menswear, which was so street, and like I wouldn't know. Like, it was such a it's a weird balance.
I think it's a good thing at Dior right now that Anderson now has
the whole
both.
I agree. I think it's going to be exciting to see what happens there.
Even if he now has a lot of work.
That's crazy. And he has his own brand. And,
But
I'm sure he will manage to.
I'm sure, Thank you again for accepting to do this episode with me.
I'm very happy.
It was very it was very interesting. I learned a lot of things.
I'm glad.
I came here not knowing I won't say a single thing, but not a lot of things about horses and this lifestyle and everything. Thank you.
I'm always happy to share that part. It's also fun for me because I don't get to talk about it always.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.